Imagine a young man, barely more than a boy, thrust into the unknown, yet within him, a spark of greatness refuses to be extinguished. He enters a land of strange gods and foreign tongues where every breath is a challenge, but every moment is a chance to rise above. His skin, rich and dark, tells the story of his heritage, a legacy of strength and pride. Though sold in chains, his dignity cannot be taken. Each trial becomes a stepping stone toward his destiny. Stripped of his name, his identity, his family, yet his spirit remains unbroken, reaching for something greater. The coat, once a symbol of his father's love, is gone. But the memory of that love fuels his courage and dreams. This is Joseph, a beacon of hope in the darkest night. Though enslaved and oppressed, his spirit shines, a flicker of hope that grows brighter with every challenge. He carries himself with quiet royalty, his inner strength a silent promise of triumph. He clings to the memory of dreams, visions of greatness that refuse to fade. Suns and stars once bowed before him, a promise that even now in darkness, whispers of a future filled with light. In Egypt's dust and heat beneath the relentless sun, Joseph's hope endures. What once seemed like a cruel joke now becomes the soil where resilience takes root. Betrayed by his brothers, those meant to protect him, Joseph finds strength in forgiveness and hope. Sold for silver, but his worth is beyond measure, his value defined by faith, not circumstance. On the auction block, exposed and vulnerable, Joseph stands tall, his courage unshaken. Every face a stranger, every gaze a test, yet he meets them with unwavering resolve. Within him, a quiet dignity, a sense of worth that no one can steal. His resolve is a flame in the darkness, burning ever brighter with each trial. He does not curse his fate or seek revenge. Instead, he chooses hope, believing in a purpose beyond his pain. He holds his head high, a silent act of defiance, a declaration that he will not be broken. His eyes shine with a light his captors cannot understand. A light that speaks of hope, resilience, and destiny. This is not pride, but the quiet assurance of someone who knows he is meant for more. A deep faith sustains him, a belief that even in darkness, he is never alone. He knows even in the most desolate place that hope is never out of reach. Surrounded by foreign gods and customs, Joseph trusts that the God of his fathers walks beside him. This presence is his secret strength, the wellspring of his resilience and hope. His faith is invisible armor, shielding him from despair and lifting him toward his destiny. Joseph is brought to Potiphar's house, a place of power and influence, a new stage for his journey. Surrounded by luxury and privilege, Joseph's true wealth is his unwavering hope. For most, it's just another cage. For Joseph, it's a new opportunity to let his light shine. Joseph is different. His inner light sets him apart, a beacon for all to see. He is a vessel of untapped potential, ready to transform adversity into greatness. The journey from despair is not a descent, but the first step toward a higher calling. Every setback is a setup for a comeback, a new beginning, not a final defeat. This is the dawn of a new chapter. Joseph's extraordinary life is just beginning. The boy in chains, the forgotten son, is about to show Egypt and the world how hope, integrity, and faith can change everything. In Potiphar's house, a place of influence and authority, Joseph finds himself a slave. Stripped of his freedom, he could have succumbed to despair. But Joseph refuses to let bitterness poison his work or his spirit. He chooses a different path. He pours himself into every task, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. He approaches each duty with diligence and care. Gardens flourish under his care. Supplies are never wasted, but carefully managed and accounted for. His discipline and focus are unmistakable, setting him apart from those around him. Joseph's excellence elevates the ordinary, transforming mundane tasks into acts of service. He serves not just Potiphar, but a higher purpose, understanding that his actions reflect a greater calling. The household notices his dedication and the positive impact he has. He doesn't complain or seek attention. He commands respect quietly through his actions and integrity. His presence brings order and peace to the household, creating a more harmonious environment for everyone. Everything he touches prospers, bearing fruit and yielding abundance. It's not luck or mere coincidence, but visible evidence of invisible favor resting upon him. The Lord is with Joseph, guiding his steps and blessing his endeavors, and his success is undeniable to all who observe him. Potiphar sees it too, recognizing the extraordinary qualities in this young Hebrew slave. This is more than just good management or a strong work ethic. It's something deeper. It's a spiritual gravity, drawing success and favor wherever he goes. Joseph's honesty and wisdom shine brightly, a beacon of integrity in a dark place. In a world of deceit and self-serving ambition, his character stands out, He is a slave in title, bound by chains, but a leader in spirit, free in his heart and mind. His work ethic is worship, an offering of his best to God in every task. His faith unwavering, a constant source of strength and hope, even when freedom seems far away and unattainable. Potiphar, a man of power and influence, recognizes the hand of the Hebrew God at work in his own home, blessing his household through Joseph's presence. Potiphar, seeing Joseph's value, makes a bold decision. He promotes Joseph to chief steward, placing everything he owns under Joseph's authority. Joseph manages the estate with diligence and integrity, organizing servants and overseeing all operations. The Lord blesses Potiphar's house for Joseph's sake. Prosperity touches everything. Potiphar's trust becomes absolute. He worries about nothing but his own meals. This trust is remarkable. A powerful Egyptian entrusting his fortune to a foreign slave. Joseph honors that trust, seeing his role as a sacred duty, not a chance for personal gain. He remains humble, a leader who serves with excellence. In Potiphar's house, the boy sold by his brothers becomes master of all but the house itself. True leadership, Joseph shows, is about service, not power. With favor comes testing. Potiphar's wife, consumed by desire, pursues Joseph relentlessly. For Joseph, this is a crisis. Refusing her risks everything, but accepting would betray his master and God. He stands firm, explaining, "My master trusts me with everything. How could I do this wickedness and sin against God?" His loyalty is unshakable, his integrity guided by faith, not fear. Joseph chooses honor over comfort, fearing God more than any earthly consequence. His refusal is a masterclass in integrity. Joseph's refusal only fuels Potiphar's wife's obsession. One day, alone in the house, she grabs his cloak and demands again. Joseph flees, leaving his garment behind, choosing purity over position. Scorned, she screams, fabricates a story, and presents his cloak as false evidence. Potiphar returns, hears her accusation, and in a rage throws Joseph into prison without trial. The price of Joseph's honor is a dungeon. He loses his status, but keeps his integrity. Even when falsely accused, he refuses to compromise. Joseph's character is tested and proven, in the fire of injustice. Sometimes doing right costs everything. Joseph's fall, a dramatic shift from trusted steward to a lowly prisoner, is swift, unceremonious, and brutal, a stark contrast to his previous position of authority. In the oppressive darkness of the royal prison, a place of despair and forgotten souls, he is innocent, wrongly accused yet punished as if guilty, a victim of circumstance and betrayal. But even here, in this desolate place, the Lord is with him, a constant presence in the shadows. Joseph, despite his predicament, does not give in to bitterness or resentment. He serves those around him, organizes the chaos, and helps others, even while bound by chains. The prison keeper, much like Potiphar before him, quickly sees Joseph's inherent integrity, his unwavering character, and his exceptional capability. Soon Joseph is entrusted with the care of all the other prisoners. He effectively runs the prison from within its walls. The keeper's trust in Joseph is total and absolute. Whatever Joseph puts his hand to, the Lord makes it prosper and flourish. Joseph's strong character is his most valuable currency, his unwavering integrity, his greatest power. Whether he finds himself in a palace of luxury or a prison of despair, his inherent worth draws responsibility, respect, and favor. Your physical location does not limit the reach of God's grace in your life. Even in what feels like the forgotten place, the most overlooked corner of existence, Joseph is never forgotten. He is always remembered by God. His ascent, his rise to prominence begins once again from the very bottom, from what seems like absolute nothingness. The enduring story of Joseph is a powerful lesson. That unwavering character and unwavering faith can transform any prison, any difficult circumstance into a place of profound purpose.